Imagine being a rookie in the NFL, stepping onto the field with the weight of an entire season on your shoulders. Now picture 7 players who might just take the starting job from veterans by the end of preseason. This isn't just about talent, it's about timing, opportunity, and the chaos of competition. What makes this really interesting is how the NFL's power dynamics are shifting, with young guns challenging established stars in ways we haven't seen in years. Let me break this down for you. Take Denzel Boston of the Browns. He's not just another rookie, his size and red zone prowess could redefine how Cleveland attacks defenses. But here's the kicker, the Browns are actively shopping their 4th-year WR Cedric Tillman. Why? Because they're betting on Boston to step up. Personally, I think this shows a league-wide trend where teams are prioritizing upside over experience, even if it means risking instability. It's a gamble, but when you've got a QB battle brewing between Watson and Sanders, you need weapons who can thrive in chaos. Then there's Caleb Douglas of the Dolphins. Miami's receiver group is a dumpster fire after losing Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. But Douglas isn't just a 3rd-round pick, he's a transfer success story from Florida to Texas Tech. What many people don't realize is how his production spike in college might translate to the NFL. If he can replicate that, he could become the Dolphins' new X-receiver. But here's the twist, the Dolphins have veterans like Jalen Tolbert still on the roster. This isn't just about talent, it's about proving you can outwork guys with more experience. Let's talk about linebackers. Anthony Hill of the Titans is facing off against Cody Barton, a veteran with 81 tackles last season. But Barton is 30 and coming off a career year. Robert Saleh's defense loves athletic inside linebackers, and Hill fits that mold. What makes this fascinating is how teams are now prioritizing youth in defensive roles. If Hill wins, it's a sign the Titans are embracing a new era of speed and agility over traditional grit. But will Barton's production be enough to keep him on the roster? That's the real question. Josiah Trotter of the Buccaneers is another name to watch. His dad was a 12-year NFL linebacker, but the kid made his own name at West Virginia and Missouri. Here's the thing, the Bucs are starting over at inside linebacker. Levante David retired, and Servosia Dennis is struggling in coverage. Trotter's pro bloodlines might give him an edge, but he'll have to prove he can handle NFL-level coverage. If he does, he could become the future of the Bucs defense. But this also highlights a bigger issue, how many second-round picks are actually getting a shot at starting jobs? It's a numbers game. Now, let's dive into the cornerbacks. Jermad McCoy of the Raiders is coming off an ACL tear, but he's been a full participant in training camp. The Raiders drafted him in the 4th round, which is usually a long shot for starting roles. But McCoy's college stats, 16 pass breakups and 6 interceptions, speak volumes. If he shines, he could be a steal. But this raises a deeper question, how many injured players are being undervalued in the draft? It's a risk, but the Raiders are betting big on his potential. Malik Muhammad of the Bears is another wild card. Tariq Stevenson is in a contract year, and the Bears drafted Muhammad in the 4th round. Normally, that's not a path to starting jobs, but the Bears might be trading Stevenson. If that happens, Muhammad could be the next man up. What this suggests is that teams are becoming more aggressive in reshaping rosters, even if it means letting veterans go. It's a bold move, but it's also a sign of the times. Finally, there's Jadarian Price of the Seahawks. He's competing with free agents and a recovering Zach Charbonnet. Price had 21 touchdowns in college, but his pass-catching game is still raw. If the Seahawks give him more opportunities in the preseason, it could signal a shift in their offensive strategy. But here's the catch, can a rookie with limited receiving experience become a 3-down back? It's a challenge, but the Seahawks are clearly testing the waters. So, what does all this mean for the NFL? It's a league in flux, where youth and upside are being prioritized over experience. These 7 rookies aren't just fighting for jobs, they're redefining what it means to be a starter in 2026. And if you take a step back and think about it, this might be the beginning of a new era where every training camp battle feels like a potential game changer. Which of these players do you think will surprise everyone? Let me know in the comments.